Good afternoon, dear ladies and gentlemen, and today I would like to proudly present you this gaming laptop cooling stand called X-Game X7. I would like to preliminarily say sorry about these bumping sounds, but it's here in Kazakhstan it's absolutely impossible to regulate these construction works, and the neighbors are getting crazy about it. So let's start. So as you can see, the cooling stand allows to minimize revelations of laptop internal coolers. As less laptop temperature is, the revelations of coolers are considerably lower, and as they are less rotating, the more you are prolonging the more resources of them, and less the temperature of internal components of laptops due to cooling stand allows to prolong the health of laptop hardware. So let's start today. Today we are reviewing the X-Game X7 gaming laptop stand. It have a lot of various names from different vendors, but design in all cases remains the same. It is the largest cooling stand from this brand, and it's available to accommodate laptops of sizes up to 19 inches. Alienware 2023-18 Hello. So let's start to unpack this cooling stand. So I will move a little bit my tripod and adjust its angle so you will see it. So this particular gaming stand are coming with this OEM packaging. It's a carton packaging, and if you order same gaming laptop stand from AliExpress, it will come without this retailing packaging. So let's move further. So as you can see, there is a receipt. You don't need this for a review. And as you can see, there is a foam polystyrol inside of each edges, so it protects it very well during the transportation. So let's move further. It comes with this plastic bag, and we have a cable, so we can power on to this laptop. So one of these coming inside this gaming laptop stand port, and another one is used for powering it, powering the backlit and the fans of this cooling stand. So let me adjust again the angle. Let's remove it. So as you can see, it's a 6 fan design, so it's a pretty sturdy and robust design. As you can see, we have here a laptop mobile stand. It is hidden in one of the hinges inside of the basement, and as you can see, it's a metallic plate here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 angle adjustments, so it looks like this. So as you can see, this 6 fans designs. There is a control buttons. You can control the backlit, which is here. It's RGB backlit, which resembles me an Aura Rock backlit. There is LCD 7-segment display. Inhibit the modes of the fans, so we have 3 modes. We can adjust working only these 3 big fans, only 3 large fans, and include all working of all these fans. So you can control speed. It's a cable, nice finishing cable. And so let's move further. We have a hinges, drop-out hinges. It allows to accommodate and fixate laptop very precisely, so it will not fall away. So let's move further. So the dimensions of this laptop cooling stand is 43.5 centimeters in length. Width is 35 centimeters and height is 35 centimeters. So it's, again, I will repeat, it's very pretty sturdy. And another accolades of this laptop cooling stand is that it has 6 cooling fans design. As you can see, this large 3 fans, 1, 2, 3, it's a 120 millimeters, and it's the largest laptop cooling fans in the laptop cooling stands, as you can see. And another remaining 3 fans are much significantly lower. They are 70 millimeters of size, and airflow of all of this setup is 180 CFM, cubic feet per minute. It is the biggest value among other competitors, and it surpasses other competitors' values in 2.5 times. So revelations are corresponding 1,400 revelations per minute plus minus 10% of deviation, and 2,500 RPM plus minus 10% of deviation. So this particular gaming laptop cooling stand have two USB 2.0 ports on for power, and last one is for compensate the blocked laptop port for charging this cooling pad. So let me show them. So as you can see, there is a two USB ports. One is used in order to power on this device, and as you can see, the laptop will lose one USB because of powering it, and another one is compensating in it. So I think it's a very good design. So let's again move further. So particularly this gaming laptop cooling stand have a slow sound emissions as 15 to 25 dBA. Fans are controllable. Their work can be intervened by holding fan power control button, and separate fans will be worked additionally. In this mode, fan speed are controllable, so you can inhibit the fan working by limiting some of them. So let me talk about the controls a little bit more precisely. So particularly these two buttons, minus and plus, it is regulating this RGB light located from the left and to the right. There are 7 modes of it, and you will see the backlit of this 7 segment LCD screen. It will enumerate from 1 to 7, and it will be in the circle, so you will always know which LED mode you have chosen. There is a flickering mode, a rainbow effect modes, and single color mode, so there are plenty of them. I will show it for you a little bit more later. And additionally, this 7-segment display and the light and the power on button, you can inhibit the modes of the intervene the modes of the fans. So if you will hold this for 3 seconds and for 3 seconds again and for 3 seconds again, it will control which particular fans are working. So first mode, only these 3 fans are working. The second mode, only 3 small fans are working, and the last one is for switching on the whole all 6 fans. So fans have voltage of 5 volts and 6 watts of power. It is the largest amounts of these values that you can see in this consumer laptop cooling pads. So let me show this. It's X game, 5 volts. It's 5 volts and 6 watts of power. Voltage of 5 volts and 6 watts of power, and the model is X7. So as you can see, it have a nice finishing, so materials are quite good. And let's move further. It have a protective LCD film here and here, so you can ensure that it's a new and non-display product. So you can also change the RGB light, and it resembles me the Asus ROG Aura, which is available on their graphics cards and on their TUF gaming laptops. So as I have been showing you, laptop stands have 6 levels of angle regulation. So let me show you precisely how this works. So generally, this hinge is stowing in this mode, and this one is closing. So basically you can use this part in this design. It's a classic design, and if you would like to extend the angle of your laptop, you're moving from this side. It's the first mode, second mode, third, 5 and 6. So it basically allows to elevate laptop approximately on 44. Yeah, I think it's precise 44 degrees angle, and these hinges, foldable hinges, allows laptop not to fall. So let's again move further. So, and LED control, it's a 7-segment display which I have previously shown here. It has a red backlit which turns off after inactivity of user input. This is actually good as it will not distract eyes from work on laptop. I will test it on my ROG Asus laptop. It's ROG G75 VW 2012 model with i7 3610 QM processor and GeForce GTX 670M with 3 GB of RAM, 12 GB of RAM storage and 2 Seagate Barracuda Pro HDD in 2.5 factor with 7200 RPM, which is a gaming hard drives. So this is basically the reason why I have purchased this laptop stand, because I have a gaming HDDs inside of my laptop and they are working with a different dual boot Windows 7 and they are getting really hot. So that's why I have purchased this gaming stand. And I will test it on my ROG laptop, as I have been saying, G75 VW model, and I will also record values of temperatures before and after applying this cooling stand via CPU ID Hardware Monitor Pro program. So let's move further. Some flaws which I have found, that LCD protective decoration plastic, it's here because first of all, first layer it is a 7-segment LCD display and this is just a coating. It's just a plastic coating and this decoration plastic cover did come off and I found it in this plastic bag. So I was really lucky that I did not lost it in the shop, because when I was purchasing it I have precisely checked it, but I have forgotten about this decoration plastic. As no quality control done on the factory for such products. Also, the protective hinges are foldable, but they are too tiny, under my opinion. I will refrain from using this stand under incline, as my ROG Asus laptop is about 4.3 kilograms. So you see these hinges which come here onto the 180 degrees. So it's quite a little bit tiny, and when a laptop back cover will apply force on it, I think the total force are going just onto this 1 and 2 hinges, and it will eventually break out. I usually like the design where the hinges are going like this, and it have a little bit more cut here, and they have inside edges carcass. So that design is a little bit more sturdy and more reliable. So let's move further. Stand come with this OEM box, and other laptop stands come without them. USB cable also come within the box, and it has nice casting and cotton braid. So as you can see, you have a cotton braid. It's a typical USB 2.0 port. I also recommend to programmatically cut the data transfer on your laptop USB port on which this cooling stand is powered, as this cooling stand does not come from highly trustworthy brand as Thermaltake. The red finishing of fans resembled me a legendary Thermaltake LAN party PC case, which is easy serviceable and have numerous filters and servicing latches. So Thermaltake is highly trustworthy brand, started its distribution on USA market, and it is focused its production on the best HDD and SSD caddies and never involved in scandals of data tracking, as Huawei did it on their server equipment by soldering tracking data chip. So remember to programmatically cut the data transfer and leave only power for laptop stands or any other equipment which comes from no-name brands or you don't know the vendor. Also, I will referring to use additional USB port on cooling stand, as it might track data. So as you can see, there are two USB ports. One is used to power up and the other one is used as a hub in order to compensate the accommodated first port. So I will personally refrain to put here any other devices from USB keyboard or data flash cards because you might lose the data. I don't know which controllers under this plate. Maybe there is a tracking chip soldered it. It have this particular stand assembled in China, so I will just use it as for cooling and will not use this additional USB port. So in addition, components of the stands is visible due to dotted grill. I can see there is lines of power cords, but I cannot see really what's inside of this happen, and I don't know what controllers will do. It have plastic stops of rounded shape to increase sturdiness, and the stand skeleton have metal construction. So you see this under the dotted grills. Let me show me a little bit more precisely. So as you see at the areas where this dotted grill stand will express much more stress in the areas, it is reinforced with this rounded stands here, so in order to avoid any bending. So it's a pretty much sturdy construction. And additionally, my stand have a smartphone holder which is hidden in the legs of the stand. So let me precisely show it to you how it operates. So we need to unblock this and this. So as you see, there is a two tiny plastic pieces here, and on the each side you have these technical holes in order to accommodate the stands. One is for here and another one on the that side. So personally I prefer to apply this holder inside of this right side. So as you can see, it will look like this. You can place your phone under the angle from the landscape mode or a portrait mode here. I think it's a very pretty convenient construction, and it's very useful. For example, if you're working into the Word document and parallelly you're looking at a YouTube video here. So it's a very good construction. I personally not like the idea of inclining the laptop, as the hinges stoppers can be cracked. I have been told to you previously. And laptop can be fallen, and you need to have a big desktop in order to accommodate an external cable to the laptop, as you can't really type on the laptop in such inclined position, and your arms would cast vibrations to HDD, which is a very bad for its health. So let's move for the competitors. First of all, the first most major competitor is Thermaltake Massive 12 Max. It cost just astonishing $140 US on Amazon with the delivery to Kazakhstan. It's massive amount of money to spend on just cooling stand. Thermaltake only presented on USA market. It have only one large fan of 120 mm and 4 80 mm of small fans. 5 fans is worse than 6 fans. And the hinge is too tiny and can break under the load of gaming laptop when stand is using angle features. Thermaltake have USB 3.0 ports. And the second competitor is this particular gaming laptop cooling stand. I bought this cooling stand just for $28 US and the same model, but from different vendor called COOREL. No, I did not make mistake. It's called COOREL, supposed to be ice cooler. Lol, costs $39 USD plus shipping price varies from seller, and it comes without OEM box and can be damaged during shipping. The third competitor is Nooxy cooling pad. This particular gaming cooling laptop stand have a tiny flap for holding laptop. It's definitely thin and can break or fold under weight of 4 kg gaming machine. And that cooling pad looks massive and not sleek. Characteristics are pretty same, but you're getting just 5 fans. Dimensions are lower, 45 and 5 cm in length, 31 and 2 cm in width, and 3.25 cm in height. It also have two USB 2.0 ports, 21 to 23 dBA of noise, 4.5 watts of power, speed of fans 1400 plus minus 10% of RPM. Fan sizes is 100 mm and 39 USD price. Same metallic chassis as mine cooler pad. The first variant is cool cold cooling pad. The most visible disadvantage that it has uneven form and not classic rectangular one, and you will have gaps under your laptop and it will move due to it. Only 6 fans. What I like it in this pad that it has sturdy limiters. It extends vertically, either horizontally, and they have more sturdy edge. But extending legs of angle are not metallic, they are plastic. Even though that there is 6 fans, they are very small, size is less than the duct tape brushing. It will not produce much airflow, even it has 2600 plus minus 10% RPM of deviation. Sizes are following 42.6 centimeters in length, 28 centimeters in width, and 3.7 centimeters in height. Fan sizes are just 60 millimeters. Their voltage is 5 V and power is very weak, 0.75 watts. Price is 31 USD. Cool Cold, another Cool Cold gaming laptop stand, which is quite popular. It have dedicated 7-segment LCD display, which shows revelations of fans. Sizes are 41.7 centimeters in length, 30 centimeters in width, and 1.5 centimeters in height. It's a 6-fan design, and there is a 3 fans of 100 millimeters, another 2 is 80 millimeters, and 1 fan of 70 millimeters. Such setup produces only 74.35 CFM, which is quite low. Fans can be controlled under 3 modes: 1900, 2300 and 2600 RPM plus minus 10% of deviation, 5 V voltage and 4.5 watts of power, 2 USB 2.0 ports. Price is 28 USD. Pretty good no-name cooling stand under the number 6. I like the metallic chassis of angle extender and sturdy horizontal blockers with inner carcass edge casting. The size pretty small, just 41 centimeters in length, 27 centimeters in width, and 3.4 centimeters in height. 6 fans design. 2 fans are bigger size, but they are just 100 millimeters in size, and lower ones are just 70 millimeters. They have just 4.5 watts of power, and revelations are very small, just 1500 RPM plus minus 10% of deviations for bigger fans, and just 1400 RPM for smaller fans, including 10% of deviation in lower or higher side. Such setups gives only 76.35 CPM. Noise is just 21 to 23 dBA. Prices are starting from 41 USD. The 7th variant and this cooling stand have adapted a display from my cooling stand. In fact, different vendor cooling stands are done on one factory, and one particular factory produces them. I do not like the idea of stoppers which extends like on the picture, as all weight of 4 kg gaming machines lays on the hinge, and weights is not well distributed as in hinge stoppers, which reverted on 19 degrees. Such hinges can be easily torn off. Size is following: length is 40.7 centimeters, width 29.6 centimeters, and the height is 3.8 centimeters. Have significantly thinner RGB line of backlit than my laptop stand. Same 2 USB 2.0 ports, same metallic chassis, 4.5 watts of fans power, and just 2 fans of 100 millimeters, which is have 1400 plus minus 10 RPM of deviation, and 4 small fans of 70 millimeters and 1500 plus minus 10% of RPM, 21 to 23 dBA of noise emission. Price is 74 USD, which is overpriced. Another variant is COOREL. Gosh, those Chinese words distortions. Very small size, which will be enough only to accommodate 15.6 inches laptop. Sizes are following: 39.7 centimeters in length, 26.5 centimeters in width, and 3.6 centimeters in height. 6 fans design, but they're way too small. 4 fans are 75 millimeters, and remaining 2 fans are 63 millimeters. 4 fans which are bigger have just 1400 plus minus 10% of RPM, and other remaining 2600 plus minus 10% of RPM. Power are very low, just 4 watts and 5 volts of voltage, 21 to 23 dBA. Price is 43 USD. And the last variant, number 9, it's COOREL 2022, which have nice USB cord with great casting, 5 fans design, but unfortunately seller did not list the size dimensions or any other characteristics. What I like is that it has the same metallic chassis as my cooling pad, the 19 degrees tilted hinge stoppers and built-in stand for smartphone. According to user reviews, there are 3 modes, 1600, 2100, 2500 RPM and the same design. And I would like to say that the design is quite brash. I like more traditional rectangular shape, and all these cooling stands are shared same controller. There is a manual limiter for fans, button controllers in my cooling stand, and the price is 40 USD. Those prices are excluding the shipping price, as seller constantly change their shipping policy. I think that it's the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I put it in much effort. Subscribe, like it, and make a wise choice into this gaming laptop stands. Thank you for your attention, and goodbye. So let's continue our video. As you have seen, I have already connected this laptop gaming cooling stand into my ROG G75 VW Republic of Gamers Asus laptop, and a little bit remark. I'm always looking for English Club TV channel because English is my mother language, and I express the highest piety to this language, as when I speak English, I'm always ensure that I am speaking from my heart. So let's move further. As you can see, the gaming cooling laptop stand is already connected to my ROG G75. It's ROG logo here. I did not examine it that there are any extraneous device into my device manager. So let's move further. So as you see, this laptop gaming stand X7, X-Game X7 is already connected to my Asus ROG G75 Republic of Gamers Asus laptop. And as you have seen, I previously used this folded cartons under my laptops to ensure cooling, but this is not working. My laptop temperatures even increased after this, so I decided to buy this laptop gaming stand. And as you can see, in this room there is a particularly calm environment. It's very deaf here, and you see that the fans revelations are pretty noisy, but it have a very nice hearing, nice sound, and it's not irritating the ears. And as you can see, it definitely provides these characteristics of cubic feet per minute. And let's move further. So let me show the buttons control of this laptop gaming cooling stand. So this button is switch off and switch on it. So let's switch on this. So as you can see, the backlit, it's a cooler pad model here, and the level of fan power. Currently it is the middle third position. So let's start from this left arrow button, minus and plus. So the first mode, as you can see, it's rainbow reflections of RGB lightings. The second mode, this controls the positions, the revelations of the fan. So first position, it is the which is depicted here, it is the first speed of the fan. The second is this. So let's I will show you how it sounds. So this is the first. So you see a pretty noticeable. Second, again, no changes. The third mode is a little bit more noticeable. Let's move to the fourth. Fourth now is considerably here, and you see I can feel by my hand that there is air coming out from it. And as you see, the some parts of these fans are taking out hot air out from the laptop and going it away. But here are the grills, but it's a very decoration grills. I would like that they have engineered it more precisely, and if this grills will be ventilated, it will be much more better. So this one is fourth mode, fifth mode, And the 6th mode is maximum. Maximum is depicted here. So there are very good high quality fans, there are good bearings, and this sound is not irritating you. And you see that the red backlight have been gone after a while, after inactivity of user inputs. So this is the lights, which is depicted here, 7 light modes. So the first one mode is the rainbow mode. As you can see, it nicely reflects without any deviations and it's very smooth. Let's move to the second variant. Second variant is flickers, but it have almost the same color scheme, but the light differently distorts from this side. The third mode, it's a red static mode. The fourth mode is the green mode. The fifth mode is the blue. I actually like this blue color because it resembles me of Alienware default lighting scheme. The sixth mode, it's it starts fading from the green to the turquoise, from the turquoise to the white, to the purple, to the reddish, to the yellow, to the green color, and again to the turquoise, and it is a cyclid. So, and the last one is the seventh. So, as you have seen, it's gradually adds light. It's blue, going blue down from here. Once it have filled this line, it's going back away. So there is plenty of these color schemes, but you cannot turn off this. So it might a little bit irritate when you're working in a dark conditions and you won't be focused more onto the work. And let me show how you can inhibit or how you can intervene in the ventilations work. So let me press this manual mode for 3 seconds. So as you can see, only this high rotational fans are now working, and this one, 3 large, have been stopped. Second mode, only the 3 biggest fans are now working, and these 3 small fans have now been disabled. Again, now all 6 fans are working, and again we have back to the original first one variant. Please remember that you have need to wait once all fans have been stopped, so you can again change to the next mode. It is good for the health of the fans. And lastly, you can fully turn off this cooling stand. So this basically it is.